In the immortal words of John Meadows, hi everybody. We are back with another video, another training video. We got a single on the Slingshot. So I think I've talked about this before. Slingshot, this is an XL. I'm supposed to wear like a medium, I think, but I like the reactive Slingshot. I like wearing a size bigger. Doesn't give me too much, but gives me just enough that makes me feel like I'm getting a little bit out of it, and makes my shoulders feel good and all that kind of stuff, so I can press and be healthy. So ended up with 285 on that Slingshot bench, and then I did 2 back downs at 245 for sets of 6. Again, I'm kind of treating this as almost like a max effort, as far as like a la West Side conjugate. As I've talked about before, having fun with training, so have a loose template that I'm going off of, and then going with kind of what I want to do that day. Wanted to do the slanger. I think that this was a tie for a PR, so was happy about that. But like I said, did my back down sets. I've been doing back down sets for, God, I don't know, probably 10 years. I attribute that to getting my best bench press, which was in the gym, 325. Sadly, I was never able to do that in competition. I think the best bench I had in competition was like 295 raw. I don't know. I need to check open powerlifting, but I was never quite able to get it all connected for a whole meet. Maybe in the future, but I was about 183 pounds when I did that. And as I said before, I'm about 160. So if I could bench press 315 at 160 pounds, I'd be super happy. But I digress. We're back to it. We have behind the neck overhead press. This was 95 pounds for first set. Was a set of 10 and then a set of 12. I'm trying to go actually in the higher rep ranges with this. Just with my bicep and everything, and just kind of looking back on training, honestly, the best my joints felt was when I was deep into bodybuilding training, and I was doing sets of 10 to 15. But, you know, like everyone, you just get lost in the sauce, and you're like, nah, I got to push heavier weight. That's the key. Got to have the mechanical tension, bro. All that kind of stuff. So I'm just getting back to things that just feel good, especially, I'm knocking on the door of 39. Not only do I want to have fun with training, but I want to be consistent, and I don't want to feel beat up all the time. I always have to keep in mind like why I'm doing this. And the answer is it's just different than when I was younger. I'm doing it now so I can be jacked, be strong, but also be, quote unquote functional to run around with my kids and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Bicep, I'm going to do my follow-up next week, or I guess when I'm filming this, it'll be 2 days from now, but in relation to this video, it'll be next week. So I talked to my sister-in-law, is a physical therapist, so she essentially was like, hey, if you want to avoid surgery, then you need to just give your bicep tendon a break. So no chin-ups, no pull-ups, no direct bicep work. So here's a lat prayer that I haven't done. I don't remember the last time I did a lat prayer. So technique fell a little off, but these were actually really good. It just destroyed my lats. Got a little length and partial action there. Really trying to take all my lat work that's straight arm to failure, just so I can keep my lats growing and don't really leave any stones unturned as far as lat development stuff, since I still plan on doing my bodybuilding show in May. But yeah, these were great. I don't know why I haven't been doing them. I guess just in favor of chin-ups and pull-ups and things like that. So I kind of got away from these for years, but I really like these, so I highly recommend them. If you're looking for something to avoid elbow flexion, the lat prayers are real. We got some dips here. These don't bother my bicep tendon at all, so still trying to push these. 65 pounds, did a set of 8 and then a set of 9. The lat prayers, I really kind of didn't know what to do for weight, and ended up with sets of 15. I mean, it's a cable stack, so the weight doesn't really matter because every gym, that cable stack's going to be different. But dips felt good. I'm trying to actually go more cold into the dips, as far as like not so many warm-up sets to get to those top sets. And I'm really not cold because I was just doing the Slingshot and everything else. So there we go. Doing some rear delt work. Haven't done rear delt work in a long time. I think I've talked about this in another video. I was watching old John Meadows videos and just was like, yeah, I need to get more rear delt work. And I used to do it all the time and just completely avoided my medial delts and lats and things like that when I was powerlifting, in favor of more rear delt work. So I kind of got away from rear delt work over the past couple of years. So putting it back in, did an absurd amount of reps, again, to protect the elbow or protect the bicep tendon. So it was nice. It was nice to get a rear delt pump. Haven't gotten that in a long time. The jury's still out. Some people say the pump matters. Some say it doesn't, but I don't know. Like I said, I mean, I've been chasing the pump for 20 some odd years now. I believe in it. I believe in the pump. But I'm also 160 pounds. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Maybe if I didn't chase the pump all the time, I'd be 180. Probably not likely, but I don't know. We can all lie to ourselves, I guess. Went up in weight for these rear delt flies on the second set. Like I said, it's been a while, so kind of had to play around with weight. Ended up getting like 21 reps, something absurd. I know a lot of people don't like higher rep ranges because they think you're really not going to failure. You're just kind of going till you give up. But I disagree with that. I think you can push higher rep ranges and still go to failure and still have good quality reps as opposed to junk volume. And then lastly, we ended up with a overhead machine tricep extension. Again, weight doesn't matter because it's a cable stack. Every cable stack is different from gym to gym, but I really like these. I try to do tricep work that is both overhead and then just essentially lying as well, so I can get all aspects of the tricep. And then we ended with some sprint work. We did some builds to flies. So these are always fun. Again, I'm not trying to do anything crazy with these, but it's always fun to do these. So hit subscribe, like, comment. That's it.